Okay, guys. So welcome to this JavaScript world. So today, this session is about the high-level view of about JavaScript automation testing and the tools. So today we'll be discussing about what are the tools required and what are the available frameworks and what are the challenges in that, and little bit about what is the difference between normal Java stack. I think you all people are very well versed of Java stack. So what is the difference between Java and JavaScript in terms of automation? And what are the continuous integration tools that we can use, and what are the cross browser tools that we can use? Okay, so we'll be discussing about these 5 topics today. So this is more of important topics that we will discuss. I will go very high level today, but for your low level things like the actual implementation of WebdriverIO and like page objects and those low level things like hooks and those kind of things, we have to have a different session. We need to have a follow-up session on this. So we will have a different session next time, but this session is just for you to get a high level view of what is JavaScript, so that you can talk about that in your future if somebody is talking about that. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, if you got any questions, please let me know. Okay,
Sir, also would you be covering?
I will be covering the tools. Okay, so yes, JavaScript, as always, this is one more this is like one more it uses, so basically any tool that we take nowadays will have the basics, which is nothing but you need to have a kind of unit testing framework, and you need to have a build tool which to build everything, and build your packages, build your configurations, and also we need to have a tool which is used for command line interface, CLI.
Yeah.
And we need to have tools to report any kind of report mechanism.
Yes.
And we need to have the IDE, which is for the purpose of development. Okay. So we need to have an IDE like IntelliJ. We need to have one kind of IDE for any kind of a framework. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and underneath that, you people all know that the common thing that we are talking from last few years is about Selenium. Okay. So good that the common thing is WebDriver is same. WebDriver is like that. So everything is built upon WebDriver. So we are not going away from what we know. Okay. So which is a good news that we are not going very far away that what we know. But only thing is the meat is same, but the skeleton is getting changed.
Right.
Okay. So previously we talked about skeleton. We need to have a skeleton, then put the meat. So Selenium is like a meat which will actually do the stuff for us, but it need to be, it cannot stand alone itself. You need to have a framework and you need to have a kind of a ecosystem around it. Okay, so now we have a lot of applications. Let us take British Airways. Test start checking. Okay, so yeah, let me text this. Okay, I think maybe yeah. This should be 6 digits. 1 second. Okay, let me start this. Okay, so you can see that this all. So you can see that the whole, I mean, a lot of stuff going on behind the screens. Okay, so you can see that they're all they're using heavy JavaScript. So you can see that JS, JS. Okay,
Yep.
and there are a lot of JavaScript going on behind. Okay, and these JavaScripts are internally using their own libraries. So everything is connected to an API, which they will put a wrap up into a library and then connect into an APIs. Okay,
Right.
so what I mean to say is this: all these applications are very UI friendly and heavy rich applications. Okay,
Mhm.
so coming back to our thing, so yes, every travel company will do that. So because you can't have a database of your whole PNRs and everything here. Okay, everything at one place. You can't put it in the client layer. Everything is through an APIs. Okay.
Right.
So now that is the reason why everything is client heavy. So now what I'm trying to say here is, because from a front end point of view, when I'm talking about lightweight client heavy client application, only thing that will come into mind is JavaScript.
Right.
JavaScript is the only technology which is so good that it can make your user friendly website very user friendly.
Right.
So that is the reason why you can see that even business when you call BA use a lot of JavaScript. So that's the reason why whole front end is being developed by JavaScript.
Right.
Okay, so whenever this is happening, then what happened? Previously, it was such a way that if previous also there are a lot of JavaScript websites, but automation point of view, uh, especially from automation point of view, automation is okay. I mean, even though we use in Java, then that's fine, because Java framework that we developed is completely out of the after the actual developers thing. So it was only QA thing that we used to run the test, and the tests are very optional.
True.
Okay, because I mean automation nowadays is optional. It is a QS thing, and they use it. The advantages of using JavaScript is, nowadays even developers want to run automation test for the purpose of running the test locally. So
Yes.
whenever they want to write the code, they want to check that whether the code is good from a UI point of view. So they want to run the test locally
Yep.
in the local machine. So that they will get a lot of confidence. So for that, they're very much interested. So they want to involve. First of all, they want to involve themselves. To involve themselves, if they're a JavaScript guy, can we ask Java guy to? They ask them to do in Java. We can't do it, right?
Yep.
So that is the reason why we have to have a common language across UI development and
QA.
UI automation. So what technology you use in UI development should be the same as UI automation also,
Yes.
so that it is very developer friendly. Okay, that is first
Yep.
thing. And the advantage is, the first thing is developers can run locally. That is very important. The second advantage, building. So it will be like one more unit tests. It is a part of unit tests.
Right.
Okay, now Selenium tests are part of unit tests. That, what does that mean? Just second. Hello, Murali. పడుకుంది పాప. We will be covering today. So today we will be discussing about the tools which are in the JavaScript automation stack, and what kind of frameworks that are available, and what are the challenges in JavaScript automation, and what are the differences between Java and JavaScript, because we all are good at Java. However, we need to know what is the difference between Java and JavaScript, and what are the CI tools available in JavaScript, and what are the cross-browser tools that JavaScript supports. Okay, Murali?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so what we discussed is any tool that we are looking forward is should have the common things, that any tool that we have should have a unit testing framework, should have a build development mechanism, should have a command line interface supporting mechanism, should have a reporting mechanism, as well as we need to choose one of the IDE, the actual development tool, to actually develop, and there should be a actual what called UI interacting mechanism, and Selenium is already there, so we use Selenium also here in. So then, from automation point of view, yes, I think I want to convert. However, from automation point of view, previously Java is used because Java have a very good relation with Selenium and all, and previously people haven't taken automation very seriously, and also Java is equal to what the developers API development on Java used. So that's the reason why it was more of a Java previously. But now, however, nowadays every company is looking forward to have a same stack of what the developers are using. They don't want to have a QS different technology and developer using different technology, because the reason is that they want developers to run the actual automation code in the developer's local machine.
Yeah.
First thing, and also developers want to contribute. Okay, and also they want to. I mean, nowadays companies want the Selenium tests as equal as unit tests, so that when they run the unit test, then also they want to run the development test. Means whenever they want to build a code, when they build the package, then how fast the unit test will run. Okay, so how the unit test will run as the part of package. They want to run the even unit automation test also. Just 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so they want to have the same thing. So they want to package and build the actual development code along with, and they want to have the unit testing. I mean, so sorry, the automation testing part of the development code. Okay, so they want to package and build the actual development code along with the unit tests and also automation tests. Okay, and also they want to run them for every, CI is the important thing. So they want to run the actual automation tests whenever you build the code. Means whenever you commit the code, then this test will run. So if you remember, to configure Jenkins and then running in Jenkins itself is a big problem, big headache in Java. So, but now
Yes.
we want to run that for every commit. Means it's not very easy because your development is in JavaScript, your automation is in Java, so you need to link up between two different builds, and we need to link up and we need to run it. So it's not very, I mean, you can't put a proper quality gate when you are using Java, because we can run it when our developer build the code. But if there is a bug in the development, we can't really stop the actual build because of automation.
Right.
So what the idea is, if you had a bug, means if any of your automation test failed, if any of your BDD Cucumber tests fail, then that means that there's a failure of your build. So you should not be able to commit your code.
Right.
So ideally your build should fail whenever there is a if any single automated tests are failed. So that is the idea. But to get that idea, if you have a different language, it's not workable. That's the reason why you need to have a same development language, so that it will be easy configurable. Example, if front end is in JavaScript and the automation test in JavaScript, then your tests will run just like unit tests. It will be very fast. It will be running everywhere.
Correct.
So that is the reason why they want to. This is the first of the reason why they want to use the Java. This is one of the reason why they want to use. There is a lot of high demand. So everybody want to have JavaScript tests in the development code itself.
Right.
Okay, and the other thing is fastness. I totally agree. Selenium Java is like a old man, very slow, very lazy.
I'm with you, sir, on that.
Okay, yeah, man, it's not that. It's very very slow. But this is very fast. Why it is fast is, first of all, JavaScript itself is a fast language. Means it is a asynchronous language. It's not. So JavaScript is not a compiler language. It's an interpreter language.
Yes.
Okay. So because it is interpreter language, it is fast. Okay, it's lightweight, just like JavaScript. And correct me if I'm wrong. There may be something that I may be telling wrong. Murali, you correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. So JavaScript is it's an interpreter language. It is lightweight, and also the first thing is headless browsing. The headless browsing, especially I'm talking about Phantom JS or those kind of tools where there. I think somebody asked me about headless tool last week. Somebody in the class, I think. So it is the headless testing is in Java. I think we running on different browsers, and we have that headless unit testing framework called HTML unit in Java, but we hardly use it. We haven't used it much. But
HTML unit driver basically.
Yeah, HTML unit driver.
HTML unit driver.
Yeah. I think that is okay, but I think that will have that is not very as good as Chrome driver, right?
Yeah, that's no one uses that actually.
Yeah, no one uses that, and mainly it will not handle the JavaScript commands. I mean, like front end have any like Ajax commands, then that particular driver won't handle it properly. So that is one of the reasons people don't use it.
Yep.
Okay, but however, here Phantom JS is a headless browser which will very much handle it very easily. So believe that in my company, 1200 tests are run on Phantom JS within 9 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 9 minutes, 1200 tests. 1200 tests literally, and they're all functional tests. They're running on Phantom JS, and that is our pipeline. So one thing, our pipeline is that when our developer commits the code, it will go to live.
Right away.
It will go to live. That's it.
So the process that will go to live, right?
Yeah, when the developer commits the code in GitHub, it will go to live.
Okay.
Within 10 minutes. That 10 minutes is nothing but your automated tests.
Wow.
On Phantom JS, that fast. So that speed, that level of confidence. The companies are moving towards that kind of world where they want commit every commit should be result in. You need to release into production whenever you want, and that process should be very lightweight, and every developer and tester can commit it. It's not like production release should be done by DevOps or somebody. Even testers can do a production release. Okay, so but that only will happen if you have a proper automation test Yes. The second thing is fastness. People don't want to wait hours and hours. They want something very fast. So that fastness can only come when you are using Phantom JS and JavaScript. Okay. So yes, so one advantage is that it is developer friendly. Second thing is it is fast, and and it is yes, and it will help your delivery pipeline. Okay, so that
What
is
pipelines?
have a different compiler. You can use simple same compiler.
True.
If it is Java, then you need to have a different Maven Java ecosystem and then JavaScript. But if it is JavaScript, anyway you are using your development compilation through these tools, and this will be even automation also will work in similar ways. But however, the only problem which will happen is to run the Chrome driver and other drivers. For that also, I have an answer for that, but we will go into that a little bit later. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. So yeah, I think now hope you people are very much convinced that why we are using JavaScript, right?
True.
Okay. Cool. Now that now let us go back to our tools, which the thing that we discussed the first thing. So in this JavaScript world, the tools that we use is for our IDE purpose, like development purpose. We can use anything, but I am using PHP Storm. Okay. I'm
So is
using
it
PHP Storm. Okay, this one.
open source, sir?
PHP Storm.
Yes, yes. Is it open source?
PHP Storm is.
Yeah, and then you can use Sublime as well. Again,
Yeah,
JavaScript. That's one of the
Yeah,
IDEs.
yes.
Sublime as well you can use.
Yeah, we can use Sublime. Yeah, that's fine. We can use Sublime, and we can use WebStorm also. There's one tool called WebStorm.
Yes. From
Okay.
JetBrains, I guess, isn't it?
Yes, from JetBrains. Yeah, we can use. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
That.
this PHP Storm is it open source?
No, I have a licensed version.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we can use WebStorm and we can use Sublime. But Sublime is the problem with Sublime is it don't support Cucumber JS because we need to write the test in Cucumber, right?
Yes.
So that.
So are you doing BDD with this framework?
Yes, we that's the next thing. Yes, we have to use Cucumber.
Okay. I mean, we can avoid Cucumber as well, right? Without writing Cucumber, because I don't know. It depends, right? Again, up to the companies, because some companies, even though we're having feature files, they don't even looking into the feature files at all. So actually, they're getting rid of feature files now. It depends anyway. Yeah, that's another topic.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, that is depend. The main thing is because if you have a QA who is and the developers are helping with the code, then QAs cannot write as complex code as developers. So then ideally QAs want to be very clean, that they want to write the tests very cleanly, and then the implementation part either QA can do it or developer can do it. So that is the advantage of using Cucumber JS. Okay, but as you said, it's all arguable, and there's some companies they just want to write the code in this. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so yeah, they can use this Sublime and all these things. And coming to the next thing is about the tools is that, and coming to unit testing tools, we can use lot, but ideally I would prefer we can use something like Chai. Chai is the unit testing tool. Okay, so which is more of it will help to get the assertions and those kind of things. Okay.
I think Chai and Mocha as well, right? Mocha is for assertions, I believe.
Yeah, Mocha is also Mocha is for assertions. But Mocha advantage of Mocha is that they will give HTML reports as well.
HTML reports.
Yeah.
So advantages, Chai or Mocha?
I mean, ideally, if you have Cucumber, then people use Chai because
I think it's like Mocha is like the library, where you have assert. I mean, in JUnit you have assert library, right? It's the same thing, Mocha.
Yeah.
It's used for the assertions.
Yeah. We can use Mocha itself like a complete tool which will run for we use for automation. I mean, if you're not using Cucumber, then we can use Mocha. It's like that.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but I mean, I think just to give a clarity that because you're all trying for jobs, right? So better to stick with one stack. Um, and I mean, right now, from my point of view, I know Cucumber JS and Chai we are using, and that is for that. And we are and from this for unit testing, I can we can use Mocha or Chai. And this even Jasmine is also for unit testing.
Okay.
Okay, Jasmine is also like a unit test. See, unit testing means it is for assertions. Okay, if you understand correctly.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so we can use Jasmine also for assertions. Okay,
Okay.
and yeah, and we can use a kind of describe, and they're kind of how JUnit have test before and after, like that. The similar kind of things are there, like describe and scenarios. They're like they're the kind of things for the different tools. But because there are a lot of tools, I don't want to make you confused. So I want to be very clear that you have people have to say that you are using Cucumber JS and Chai for assertions. That's it. Okay. I'm just giving the names for your purpose, but whatever you have to tell in your interview or the CV point of view, I'll put the star mark here. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So, and coming to the actual automation framework tools. Okay. So this is not like Java where you start from scratch. There are a lot of there are a lot of tools which are already being built and people are using it. Okay, so in that context, there are some nice tools that I want to show here. Okay, see this is where the definition comes. Okay, so you can see that these are the definitions of different languages, but ideally what we have to use is we have to use Cucumber JS and WebdriverIO. This is our
Right.
combination. Okay.
How do we identify combinations, sir? I mean, what mechanism do we look for that gives us an idea to look? These are the combinations.
Depends upon what you want, man. See, as Murali said, if you are worried about BDD and writing the tests in big scenarios, then we use Cucumber JS. But if you
Right.
don't care, if people are not looking much into that tests, then people will straight away jump into WebDriver JS or Jasmine or Mocha JS, and they can straight away write the test there.
Okay.
Okay, but it depends upon what you want. But I from my point of view, if people are still using acceptance criteria and BDD, then it is
Yes.
good that you go with Cucumber JS and WebDriver IO behind it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so we got WebDriver IO. WebDriver JS is there, but don't worry, it is a little bit old. WebDriver JS, don't worry. But WebDriver IO is very good. And two things which I'm very much interested with is WebDriver IO and Nightwatch. Okay,
Okay.
so as I said, this is a consequent sessions because I can't complete everything in one session. So
Mm-hmm.
right now, this session I will try to show something on WebDriver IO and Cucumber JS, so that you can
Okay.
have a kind of virtual thing in your mind. But going forward, I also have a Nightwatch framework with me. I will show you the Nightwatch framework because that is a little bit more advanced than WebDriver IO. Okay.
So advancement, is it faster than WebdriverIO?
No, WebDriver IO also have its own problems like page object model, and the commands are very basic commands. In the JavaScript world, things will be moving very fast, man. Okay, so even WebDriver IO is not enough nowadays. They want to have more advanced. So that is the reason why Nightwatch is more advanced in the sense that the APIs that we use in a Nightwatch are better than WebDriver IO.
Okay.
First thing. Second thing is WebDriver IO don't have a inbuilt page object mechanism,
Okay.
but Nightwatch have an inbuilt mechanism.
Right.
And third thing is Nightwatch we can do parallel testing on your local system as well. Just like that, we don't need to have a Jenkins and all these kind of things. If you want to run a parallel
Right.
test, we just you do some configuration. It will run the across all the browsers. It will run the test and it will run. We get the result within minutes.
Okay.
Very. I mean, it's very good. I mean, I'm telling, man, this is a very dynamic world. But again, I'm telling, just stick with WebdriverIO and Cucumber.js. But in the next level is the what are the problems that we got in WebdriverIO and Cucumber.js has been fixed in Nightwatch.js. Okay,
Right.
and not only Nightwatch.js, because Nightwatch.js is like a like a mocha. But however, we are using Cucumber and Nightwatch.
Right.
Okay, so I will go there. I'll go one by one. Okay, because we're just starting it. Okay,
Okay.
so now let me start with the Cucumber.js and WebdriverIO. That is the whole idea for this today's session. Okay,
Okay.
so we use WebdriverIO. WebdriverIO. Okay, so that is what you people have to say, and we are using Cucumber.js for our thing. Okay, so this is the two frameworks that we are using right now. Apart from that, what else you into reports, right? For reporting, we use Allure reports. There is a kind of reporting tool which is called Allure, because WebdriverIO don't give a definite reporting mechanism. Okay,
Right.
and yes, and very important that you people need to know is because we are in JavaScript world, we have to know the basic of JavaScript.
Right.
So to enable a JavaScript in your machine, you need to have a kind of packaging tool called npm.
NPM. Yeah.
Okay, which is Node Packaging Manager, if I'm not wrong. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Node package manager.
Yeah, package manager. So this is what you need to install in your local machine, which is the main thing which will make to easy to install other things.
Right.
Okay, so first of all, you need to install this. So how you install that is, you can Google it, but it is very simple. I think in Mac machine it is very simple.
npm install, I think.
NPM install.
npm install. Yeah.
Yeah. You do that. Okay, that's first thing, and you need to have a node also. Okay,
Node.js.
node server. Okay, so I think these are all. I mean, just go up. I think once you install one, I think once you start installing Node, then you will automatically npm will be available or something like that. Okay, so they're all very, ultimately you need to have an npm. Okay, I think for that Node we should be there before that itself. It is something like that. Okay. Okay, so this is the two things, and one more important thing which is just coming to my mind is Node and npm, and also you need to have, there are a couple of tools like Grunt and Gulp. Okay, but don't worry about them. Grunt is a like a task manager tool, which they will use, but I won't tell it much about that, but keep that in mind. We need to have these three things before we actually start installing WebdriverIO. Okay,
Right.
so that is a basic. So once that basic is done, then what you have to do is, you need, because again we are talking about Cucumber.js and Cucumber.js and WebdriverIO. So this is the site for WebdriverIO. Okay,
Mhm.
so from WebdriverIO point of view, you can see that there are some tests, and you can see that these tests are written in Jasmine, I think, describe, and they're using chai. Okay,
Yep. Yep.
so that means that these people are not using BDD. They are using a kind of a like a unit test.
This is a unit test. Yeah, this is like unit test basically.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Jasmine.
Yeah, just Jasmine, right? Yeah. This
Yeah.
is so if people want to use Jasmine and chai, they can straight away use, and they can start using their automation framework. Okay. But what I suggest is, because we all are good at given when then and BDD and all these things, so that's the reason why don't just go with only WebdriverIO. We need to have a Cucumber.js and WebdriverIO. Okay. So I think there is. Okay, give me 1 minute. Yes, I think so. We need to start with some boilerplate. Okay. WebdriverIO, Cucumber.js, and PM. Give me 1 more minute because I mean nowadays I'm working in night watch. That's is my mind is more of that. So I left. This is which I did little bit long back. Okay. I think this is what we can start with. We got a yes. I think so. Okay. I think so. Okay. So the boilerplate is nothing but a skeleton framework. Okay. So yes. So I can start straight away use WebdriverIO, but if I start with WebdriverIO installation, it won't talk anything about Cucumber.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just repeating. We can use WebdriverIO, but WebdriverIO standalone cannot be there. We need to have a unit testing framework, and this guy is talking about this documentation. They are talking about Jasmine, so we can use Jasmine and WebdriverIO. But because I'm more concerned about Cucumber. That's the reason why we are mixing Cucumber JS and WebdriverIO, and we got a kind of a boilerplate skeleton mechanism which we can use.
Right.
Okay. So okay, so what happens is this I'll explain about this. Okay, so this is a good way to start. So let us go back to my documentation once. So we will use WebDriver driver IO and Cucumber. Okay,
Cucumber.js.
Cucumber.js. Okay, yes. So and we are using PHP Storm for that, and command line, everything is this is the basic things which are installed. Okay. So next, coming to the actual JavaScript basic, the one more basic thing is, for any JavaScript, importantly, like our pom.xml, we got a file called package.json.
JSON. Mhm.
This package.json is nothing but the actual build tool which will have all the dependencies that we need to install.
Right.
Okay, so you can see that WebdriverIO 4.8, Phantom.js, Cucumber, Chai, and some other stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, just want to. Geoman, are you still following? Geoman, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool, perfect. Okay, okay, that's fine. You can put in mute. Okay, that's fine. Cool, perfect, man. So that is so the we need so with any framework to if you want to start with, we need to first of all have this kind of a look into package.json. So this is nothing but your pom.xml file. Okay. Okay.
Sir, sir, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Normally in Java, when we open a project, we select Quick Start Maven Apache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. In similar way, when we start a framework right from scratch in Cucumber.js WebdriverIO, so is there any sort of a ready packages that we receive, or it would be absolute blank package?
First of all, for WebdriverIO, there is nothing like which will create a framework. That is the reason why we are taking a boilerplate from somebody else.
Okay.
So there is nothing like a quick start mechanism. So that is a different thing. So here, if you want to start, normally you need to create a project, create a package.json file, and then create libraries and add your own folders normally. Okay.
Right.
But that is a way to do it. But good that I got a kind of a boilerplate. So that mechanism is not there. But to emulate that kind of thing, I got a one kind of a GitHub free source somewhere where I can use this to get my to get a kind of similar kind of mechanism. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So let me just go to okay ls cd cd okay cd what is called where I'm Just let's git clone. So yeah, I mean you need to. I'm just cloning that. Okay.
Yep. Cloning the repo.
Okay, I think it is done. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, I will open that project in this. Okay, so I'm always opening fresh. I'm not showing something which I already have. Okay. Uh, I'm opening this the boilerplate. Okay, so I did a git clone, and we'll go from there. Okay. Uh, so I was just clicking the boilerplate. Okay. Okay, so yes, so this is the boilerplate. Okay, and this is my thing. Okay, this is my folder structure. Okay, so very importantly, for the first session point of view, this is very important, which is nothing but your package.json. And command prompt point of view, what I will do now is every time that we do anything, if you want to open a first project, we need to do some basic stuff. The first stuff is nothing but you need to do an npm install, just like maven install.
Yep.
Okay, you need to do this command npm install, which is nothing but it will download the packages for you. Okay.
Yep.
And put it in a folder called node modules.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, and which package it will download is nothing but it will be there in the package.json file.
Yep. Whatever declared in JSON.
Yes. Okay. So I'll do that in front of your eyes. Npm install. Okay. I should be in that boilerplate, right? Okay. Okay, so now it is downloading. Okay, so it is installing, it's downloading all my things. So you can see that after a couple of minutes, you can see a new folder here. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So meanwhile, let us go to his documentation. So I think that's what he said. Then copy the files to a project into directory like integration tests. Okay. Okay. Then npm run clean and npm install. Okay. On Windows this. Okay. Run clean npm install. That's fine. Okay. So yeah. So mainly, so once that is installed, so you want to, because for this example there is a small web application that it is there, so he want to run that application as well as then he want to run the tests. Okay, so that means that please concentrate on this WDIO, WebdriverIO is the command to run the tests. Okay, so what the next thing that people need to watch out is there is a config file called WDIO config.js. This is the next important thing which is used for all the settings of your automation. Okay.
Yep.
So if we go to our project, I'm just waiting to. Okay, so I think everything is installed now. So if we just
using teardown and the startup everything in this one.
Yeah.
Before and after.
Yeah, I think that will be somewhere here in the support. In the support. Just a second. I think that will be somewhere here. Here. Okay, consider there's a small application which is getting deployed in the local machine. Because see, this is what the developers will do nowadays. They have development code and the automation code in the same folder.
Yes.
Okay, so they will run the automation development local machine, and then parallel they will run the tests.
Yep.
That's the
Although we have, sir.
You can see it, right? Localhost something is deployed.
Yep.
Cool. So now because that is deployed parallelly in a different tab, I can run the test now. So what I can do is, say I just can do something more. Okay, give me one more minute. I don't want to rush, but there is a kind of, I want to clean the project, run PM validate and can features. Okay, so I just want to see what are the features available. I don't want to run everything. Maybe I will put a tag somewhere called test, and let me put this tag in the actual configuration where I can configure the specs. Okay, so you can see that there's a specs exclude feature. Maybe what I can do is I can say attribute dot feature here. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Attribute dot feature. Okay, let me run the test now here. WIDO should be fine. It should pick everything. Okay, so I'm just running this. Okay, so see, ideally it's not running whole stack. And coming to CI tools, we are using npm, so automatically they will be configured. They will be linked with the actual tools whatever we take, go cd or circle ci. And cross browsing testing point of view, here we can directly source labs. See this, uh, we got option to run the tests from source labs directly from here. So WebdriverIO itself supports source labs, so those things also we can directly do it from this. Okay, but however I'll show that in the next sessions. Okay, is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so just that means that we can do that. But however, the main thing is Cucumber.js, WebdriverIO, and we are using Chai as our unit testing framework. That is the whole stack that we have right now on top of npm and Node. Okay.
Yep.
So just for the very high level point of view, this is what we use. Somebody asked what tools we use. We use WebdriverIO and Cucumber.js.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay, and on the remaining things, the actual implementation part, the actual code part is not very tough. You can see my code. They are kind of methods that we can very much reuse. Give me 1 second, I'll show you. The actual code is maybe it's a bit complex. So, yeah, so browser dot window, browser dot close, and browser dot drag drop, close, click. So I think the mainly these guys updated very much, but this is all whatever you see above the browser, they're all related to WebdriverIO. So WebdriverIO APIs are similar to normal normal WebDriver. So if you go to API here, this is what the whole commands that you can use. Okay.
Right.
So I'll send you this link. So I will send you this link, and I will send you the other links as well. Okay. So that is the thing that you need to